on the Rational Boomer podcast, but this is an extra. This isn't a regular podcast. I got a wild hair and thought I'd try to do another YouTube live. The last one we did, for some reason, I couldn't download and put up onto the platform of YouTube for the podcast purposes or Spotify. So I thought I'd do a short one today just to kind of get a feel for how all is working. Now, as I look on YouTube live, nobody knew I was coming here. I just pulled this out of my ass and said, what the fuck, we're going to do this. And I continue to just come on, and we'll talk about some of the things going on. There's some interesting things happening in this country right now that we need to talk about. There's a lot of people who are concerned. Norma Gray says, hi, Boomer. Zeta says, hello. DKD, hey, Boomer. Hey to all you guys. Thank you for joining me. Again, this is kind of impromptu, so nobody knew I was going to do this. And this isn't going to be a long one. It may be 20, 30 minutes max. But I thought it was worthwhile to talk about. Prior to the election, a lot of reasonably minded people tried to tell folks that if Donald Trump is elected president, that there are going to be people that suffer and struggle. 50% of the country did not believe that and voted for Donald Trump. They didn't believe that he meant what he said, that he was going to do what he said. Well, here we are 3 weeks into the presidential reign of Donald Trump, and everything he said he's going to do is exactly what's happening. Some of it he may not get a buy with, some of it he will. But make no mistake, there are people suffering out there. Let's see. Suzette says, hi, Boomer. My husband and I watch you all the time. Thank you very much. Shelly says, hi, Boomer. Always enjoy your podcast. Keeps my sanity. It's funny that everybody says that you keep my sanity. My wife says the exact opposite about me. So that's weird how that plays out. JB Brault, what do you think of Elon talking in the Oval Office with his son on his shoulders? Well, I think it's weird. I think Elon Musk is socially awkward, generally speaking. Some people might want to put that to autism. I prefer to think of it as ketamine addiction. The fact that he's in the Oval Office just adds to what everybody says, that Elon Musk is the real president, Donald Trump's just a fucking sidekick lackey. And we need to perpetuate that. We need to make Donald Trump think about that because he's being played by Elon Musk. It's a perfect combination. Elon Musk desires friendship with Donald Trump because he wants the power. Donald Trump loves Elon Musk because he has the money. But these are both malignant narcissists. This can't go on for long. And the faster we can get Elon Musk out of the mix, the better off we are. What are your thoughts on Gaza? Well, whenever I've talked about Gaza, I said, listen, I don't have a dog in this fight. These wars have been going on since well before I was born. Nobody's been able to come up with a final answer. Now Donald Trump comes out and he has the final answer. He says, we're going to buy it. We're going to level it. We're going to send all the Palestinians to other countries, essentially ethnic cleansing, and then we'll build some beautiful resort there. Donald Trump, when he first said that, I think a lot of people came to him and said, dude, you don't want to fucking do that. And when you tell Donald Trump not to do something like that, then you just kind of force him to do it again. He'll always double down. He'll triple down. He cannot be wrong. So he reiterates that today in a press conference with the King of Jordan. And I want you to understand what happened there. The King of Jordan went there because Donald Trump made some claims. We're going to send the Palestinians to Jordan and Egypt and all these places. And nobody wants to take him. Except the King of Jordan said today, we are going to take 2,000 kids that have cancer, a humanitarian type thing. So while Donald Trump is listening to all these people saying, we're not going to do what you want to do, he's taking that as a win. See, they just love taking the people. There is no country that's going to take 2 million people out of Gaza. And I will tell you this, there is nobody that is for the idea of the U.S. coming in and taking control of Gaza. Just no way. I mean, it's more than just real estate. That's all Donald Trump sees it as. But Gaza's always been more than just real estate. It's been the Palestinian state. Israel has coveted that land too. They'd like to get the Palestinians kicked off, but they want that for themselves. So for America to come in and says, we're just going to take it and turn it into a fucking resort, Israel's not going to like this at all either. This is going to cause a lot of problems. Donald Trump won't back off of it. Nobody will go along with it. It won't happen, but it causes a lot of bad will with a lot of folks. And I'll be honest with you, if I'm Donald Trump and I've pissed off everybody in this country and then piss everybody off in the world, especially the Middle East, that puts a motherfucker in danger. Both Elon and Donald looked so awkward. Yeah, I think that happens. They both are awkward people, but yeah, maybe it was too soon before or after they had sex. Who knows? Do you think Trump should free the mandem? I don't know what the fuck that means. Today, Elon said that he will make mistakes in his X statements. Elon makes a lot of fucking mistakes. Elon is turning out to be a lot like Donald Trump in the sense that he comes up with these brilliant ideas, but they fucking fail. X is a good example of that. Tesla, by the way he's behaving, the sales are dropping like a rock in Europe and in this country. In Germany alone, it dropped like 60% as far as sales goes. And here's what you have to understand about Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a lot of money, $400 billion. But he has a lot of money tied up in specific things. If Tesla takes a shit, that wipes out pretty much 150 to 200 billion of his value. So it wouldn't take long to take him down if he continues down this road. He's creating a lot of bad will and people just don't want to deal with him anymore. Madeline says, hi, Boomer, love your podcast. Thank you. You spinning like Donald Trump. I don't know what you're talking about, but I have a feeling I don't like you. Shelly, duh, she's your wife. She knows you best. I like to think of you as Junie's grandpa. Absolutely. And I got another grandbaby coming in May, a grandson. So I'm looking forward to that. John Rogan, Rational Boomer, what are your thoughts on Ukraine? Well, the fact of the matter is we should continue to fund Ukraine. Not so much that we're trying to save Ukraine, but we're trying to push back Russia. We let Russia take over Ukraine, then it's going to Poland, and then we've got a NATO situation, and we've got a world war. It's not about just funding Ukraine, which we should do anyway, but we got to think about the future. This is the problem with Republicans. They don't think beyond the end of their nose. They only think, oh, that's going to cost too much money, unless it's about giving money to the wealthy, and they're fine with that. How is Trump not in prison? I will tell you how Trump is not in prison. Two things. Merrick Garland fucked up. Joe Biden fucked up by not firing Merrick Garland. He didn't fuck up by hiring him because who knew? But after that first year, Biden should have fired his ass. If he had done what he was supposed to do from the beginning, Donald Trump would already be in jail. He wouldn't be president. So Merrick Garland, first of all. Second of all, half of this country is at fault for that. They knew what they knew. They saw what they saw, but they still voted for this dumb fuck. We put ourselves in this situation, and unfortunately, we kind of deserve what we're getting. I don't like the idea that innocent people are suffering, but maybe people will think twice after they pull shit like this and elect some dipshit like this. Do you think Citizens United should be overturned and should get rid of the Electoral College? Well, Citizens United should be overturned. It's about funding elections. We got too much money in politics. We've got too much money in elections. That should be overturned. The Electoral College is kind of archaic and antiquated. That should go by the wayside, but that's a different situation because that's in the Constitution. That's going to take a little more time and a little more effort to overturn that. And as long as we have Republicans in the mix, it's going to be almost impossible to do that. Elections can't be won by Republicans in a normal sense. They need that handicap of the Electoral College. Will the federal marshals cooperate with the courts to enforce court orders? That's a good question. They should. By all legal sense, they should enforce the court orders. But here's what you have to understand. The federal marshals are under the guise of the DOJ. We have Pam Bondi and Donald Trump running the DOJ. So theoretically, they could say, yeah, you're supposed to, but don't do it. I don't know how that plays out, but that's something that we have to wonder. And to be perfectly honest with you, if the federal marshals don't go out and do what they're supposed to do, we're in a full-on constitutional crisis. And that's bad news. Does the Constitution even exist anymore if that happens? I don't know how this all plays out because we've never been in this situation before. So we have to wait and see. But I will tell you this. If something like that happens, what I'm most fearful of is an uprising of normal-minded people, even violence from normal-minded people. When you're looking at somebody trying to tear down this country, destroy all that it's stood for, and also damage the people in this country, they aren't going to be sitting on their asses very long. They're going to rise up. We saw this in the 1960s. We had the Vietnam War. The Democrats didn't want to get us out of it. The Republicans didn't want to get us out of it. Who did? The young people in this country, the hippies. And they came out en masse and protested and protested and protested. And they're the ones that put the pressure on for Nixon to finally end this thing. They didn't want to end it. There's money being made with the military-industrial complex with wars. Wars are profitable for a lot of wealthy people. So I think if there is a constitutional crisis and something like this happens, it's going to be on us to step up and fucking go nuts. Rima says, I'm new here. Sorry for my bad English. I'm learning a lot from you. Well, thank you very much. And don't worry about your bad English. We got people on the Republican side that were born and raised in America that can't speak the fucking language. Christian Hefter says, what if we take all of Elon's money and distribute it evenly to every person on Earth? I like that idea. And here's what Elon's got to be worried about. He probably isn't because he doesn't think ahead. But when Donald Trump is gone, and that will happen ultimately, and he's no longer protected, he's pissed off Republicans, he's pissed off Democrats, he's pissed off people all around the world. The SEC already has an investigation into his financial handlings recently. Elon Musk doesn't have immunity, and he's going to have a lot of people hating him. And even though he has a lot of money, here's what's going to happen. When Donald Trump's out of the mix, they're going to strip him of all his governmental contracts. And that's a large part of his wealth. Tesla's going to go to shit. X is going to shit. This guy's going to go from the richest man in the world to the most hated and maybe the brokest motherfucker in the world. That day will come for Elon Musk. I'm noticing I don't have a moderator on today. I don't think I need it. What do you think of the Canada situation? Well, Canada's in a tight spot, but I like the fact that they're holding strong. The whole concept that Donald Trump thinks he's going to invade or somehow make them the 51st state is not going to happen. Donald Trump thinks he's the strongest guy in the room, so he can make threats against people and they'll just bow to him and give him whatever he wants. Mexico, Canada, they're not going to do that. The EU's not going to do that. And what happens every time somebody stands up to Donald Trump? We saw it with the tariffs with Canada and Mexico. I'm going to put 25% on. And then we come down to the last minute of the last day, and all the people around him saying, you're going to fuck up the markets. You're going to cost a lot of money. This is going to be bad for the Republicans. So he wants a way out. So he goes and talks to Mexico and Canada and claims to get some big concessions. All he got was stuff they were already doing after agreeing to that under Biden. So then he comes back and tells us, oh, big win. That's what Donald Trump always does. Remember with the Panama Canal, he sent little Marco Rubio down there, and Marco came back and said, they're going to let all American military vessels go through for free. Donald Trump claims a win. But then Panama comes out and says, wait a minute. That's really not how it went. Donald Trump lies constantly. And it's all about trying to make him look stronger or more powerful. And he fails every time. Come hell or high water, Trump wants to be king of someplace, and I guess he's hoping it's Gaza. He will change the name to Trumpland. Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. And the thing about it is Donald Trump claimed he was, excuse me, I'm still trying to get over a cold. He claimed he was going to drop prices, drop inflation. He hasn't done one thing to do that. There hasn't been one bill introduced in Congress as yet to do fucking anything. And this is the essence of Republicans. They don't do anything. They don't build anything. They're destroyers. Donald Trump is the ultimate destroyer. That's all he knows how to do. Okay, now, this guy said, Spencer says, this man is delusional and weak. You want to know weak? I'm still sitting here. You're motherfucking gone. So who cares? You want to know weak? Iris Garcia says, I'm 8 years old. Yeah, well, you're gone too. I don't care how old you are. If you're not of legal age or you're acting not of legal age, we don't need you in here. Rhonda says, hi, Mike. I was listening to my Christian radio, Moody Radio, and they were talking about how China having strategic points where they have been setting up ways to control water traffic like U.S. ships. Well, I'm sure all of that stuff is going to happen. You know, one of the problems with Donald Trump, what he's doing right now, he thinks he's benefiting the United States. What he's doing is he's sending Canada and Mexico off to China to work out deals with them. They don't necessarily want to do it, but if Donald Trump doesn't want to do business, they're going to have to get it from someplace else, and they will. And here's the problem when they do. Try to get them back when Donald Trump is gone. Donald Trump's not only fucking things up for the moment, but for the future. When Donald Trump is finally gone, it's going to take a long time to dig out of this hole. Rhonda says they have control of both ends of the canal, which means they can control it in times of crisis. I'm not sure who's the one in control. I presume Panama, they own it. Shelley says, if nothing is done, you think a civil war will look like the city of Philadelphia when the Eagles won? No, I don't think it'll look like something like that. I don't know that the Republicans can let it get that far. We've seen how they've reacted when things have come out and people have spoke up. They're cowards. They're cowards because they kowtow to Donald Trump, and they're cowards and they're worried about their own positions. So when people rise up and start talking loud and pushing back a little bit, they'll cave pretty quickly. JB says, when he said, I will be a dictator on day one, who thought he meant for only one day? I'm assuming no rational person in America believed that, yet here we are. Yeah, you would presume that. Mike Wardell. You know, Mike, would you come here and give me shit? That's fine. I don't care. I put myself out there and I deserve to give shit. But let me give you a fucking lesson. If you're going to do that and talk shit or be a punk ass little bitch troll, don't use your full name. Don't use your full name, because as soon as I get off here, I bet I can Google and find you, motherfucker, as quickly as I want to. And if you were worth the time, I'd send you over to my friend Tiziant, and he'd fucking destroy you. So, fuck off. South Valley Vato, MAGA. Yeah, okay, good for you. Trump, you need to shut that trap of yours. You know what's funny? I just shut your fucking trap, so shut up. Mike Wardell, I'm looking you up, motherfucker. We'll see how brave you are in the future. Why are there no government employees acting on behalf of an unelected foreign national inside the halls of government, accessing everything from social security numbers to disabilities information? Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what I'm going to do? So Mike Wardell, I'm going to report him just for the fuck of it. Whether they do anything or anything, I don't really care. I just want to give him some. Well, that's weird. Anyway, yeah, Mike Wardell. I want to see who that fucker is. Dumb enough to put his full name, we'll put you on fucking blast. Jerry says, you are misinformed. Yeah, you're a dumb fuck. Let's see here. I'm only going to be here for about another 10 minutes. It's amazing. You know what's amazing to me? Donald Trump won the election. All you Trump-fucks should be cheering. But now you're crying because you didn't know what you were getting into. Still, the only thing you can do is come to somebody's platform, somebody that can actually have a platform as opposed to the shit you do. Nobody watches anything you do. You come to this platform or other platforms like it and try to spew your ridiculousness and prove how stupid you are. Is that the best you've got? Is that really the best you've got? Your information is dog water. Okay. Then why are you fucking here? Why don't you go watch Joe fucking Rogan, for Christ's sake? What part of Doge do you object to? Do you like having taxes being turned into huge laundry machines? Look, now, here's the interesting thing. You're talking about Doge finding the waste in government. Okay, where is it? You keep telling us there's hundreds of millions of dollars of waste, but the one thing you motherfuckers always forget to do is show any evidence. We're supposed to believe you, you motherfucking pathological liars. We're supposed to believe you just because you said it? Just because you said Joe Biden took a bribe and there was no evidence? You tried and you tried and you tried. You found no fucking evidence. No. Get some evidence and then we'll talk about it. Is there waste in government? Fucking right, there's waste. But when you do that by destroying people's lives and livelihoods, that's a problem. I can't understand how stupid some people are. God, please continue to bless and protect President Donald Trump. He's going to need some help from God because he's pissed off the wrong people. I will tell you that. All right, let's see. I'm looking for... He's been in for under a month. What the fuck do you expect? I expect him to maybe be professional, intelligent, do something of value. He's done nothing. Not one fucking bill. Not one bill to drop prices. And you know what the prices have done? They've fucking gone up. They've fucking gone up. And they're going to continue to go up. And you dumb motherfuckers should be out there trying to make America great again. But you're in here. I'm going to tell you this right now. I know how now to bring on a guest in here. I'm not going to do it this time. But any Trump fan thinks you're smarter than me or better than me, I want you to email me at rationalboomer@gmail.com. We'll set up a time. We'll come up here, and maybe you can teach me a lesson. I'll warn you ahead of time. Some other Trump-fucks have tried. They ended up walking away with their tail between their legs and never to be seen again. So if you want to be tough, if you think you're smart, Mike Wardell, I got him blocked right now, but fuck it. If you want to come on this platform live and talk to me about all the great things that are going on, I would love to make you look foolish. It wouldn't be fucking hard to do. Anyway, we're getting to this point. We got a lot of Trump humpers out here. I don't have any moderators on this one because I gave nobody a heads up. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to continue to watch the short bits that we do here, the TikToks. But I want to encourage you to check out the Rational Boomer podcast. We have the video version. It's every night. Every night we do it. It's on YouTube here on YouTube for the video version. If you want the audio version, you can get the audio on Spotify. All you have to do is search Rational Boomer, and there will be. And dumb fucks, if you want to debate, if you want to be on the podcast, or if you want to be on YouTube here, but I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to come on the podcast, if you're going to come on YouTube, you got to show the fucking face. You got to show your face. You got to have enough balls to do that. And I don't think you do. Usually when I put something like this out, nobody responds. Or one or two people will respond and then it'll disappear at the last moment. You're gutless motherfuckers. That's it. But every once in a while, some comes on thinking they got a shot. Well, you don't have a shot. But I'd love for you to show me what you've got. You're more than welcome. Just email me. That's all you got to fucking do. And I'll put you on. I'll put you on fucking today if you want to talk. But I bet you don't. I bet you don't because you're not very smart. You're not good people. You want the worst for this country. And we will expose that if you have the idiocy to come on to talk to somebody. Not just me, anybody that knows anything can make you look stupid. Because before you turn on that camera, you're already motherfucking stupid. So we'll see what happens. I want to thank you all for joining me here. Check out the Rational Boomer podcast. We'll talk to you again soon.